Stop it right now.
0, 0, 0.
Oh.
Hello, everybody.
Vibe Tribe. How we doing?
It's the Vibe Tribe coming at you on CoachVader 101, 44 on your FM dial.
I hate both of you. I hate you both.
Good. We have done our job.
Well, hello,
Vibe
everybody.
Tribe, baby. You
Welcome
already
back
know.
to episode 4, the Order of Spoons podcast, with your trio of shitheads, Coach,
Shitheads.
Dink, and Revan X. Hello, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Guys, how are you doing?
We're vibing.
Stop.
I'm back at
Vibing.
school.
Stop.
Back at school. I'm in a library right now. I have to be
His
quiet as a mouse.
Dink is in
Hopefully
Harry
that's-
Potter's closet. Dink's in Harry Potter's closet.
Get in the closet.
Dink's back at school, so Dink's gotta do what he can. As you can see, he's the dark and the doom and gloom.
I swear, it still looks like a bathroom. You're on the can.
It does. It looks like an
You're in the library. You're in the can.
it looks like an airport bathroom.
Watch out for that congressman touching toes underneath this.
Oh my
Lots.
god. I need what you just did into a freaking emote.
Oh my, yo, you guys want to see how red I can make my face?
Really?
You're a fucking blood vessel, bro. Oh my god.
Wow.
Everyone have 911 on hand?
Oh, I'm seeing stars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna
I-
fucking pass
Oh,
out.
someone just walked by. Someone just walked by in the library. Like,
Okay.
Let's get to it. Come
before
on.
Dink passes
Too
out.
much bullshit going on here.
I wanna
Let's get it
preface.
rolling.
We were talking about this before the podcast. I want to preface this podcast today with no spoilers for the Book of Boba Fett. I don't know how anyone can get anything done with these two.
No spoilers for Booker Boba. I will come, hunt you down, and stab you in the throat.
He will come.
I will come.
He will come. And here's the reason why. We're going to blame Dink for
do
this
not come.
because Dink is waiting to binge it with his
No
community
bangers.
like a good streamer. No, it's no serious. Yeah, real talk though. No spoilers for Book of Boba Fett. If you guys are hanging out, Dink will be doing stuff afterwards. There's one episode left, and then he's got his whole plan. Coach is doing his stuff with it, and I'm not doing anything with it, but I'm watching it, and it's really
Actually, I
good.
didn't even do it today. I was so busy at work, I forgot.
Dude, I had 5 or 6 messages from friends by 6 a.m.
Yeah,
crazy.
me one of them.
Yeah, you were one of them. Yeah, a lot of people.
6 in the morning? Jesus.
Oh yeah. Well, it came out at 2 a.m. my
That's
time.
like a half hour after I went to bed last.
It came out 3 a.m. your guys' time. the fake time zone.
Really, Solus? Really?
Wait, there's a new episode. So
Solus, you can watch it with me, bro, in Discord.
Could be. Maybe.
um,
Maybe not.
fuck, I'm out of it.
Oh, we lost you, Revan.
Did we?
No, you're good, you're good.
Oh, sorry. My cat was banging on the door. What do you want?
It's a big Chungus cat.
He is the big chungus cat. He's right here. So yeah, no spoilers. Let's get into the chit chat on what we wanted to talk about today, and I think a big, huge portion of it is continuing what we were talking about last week and continuing the conversation on content creation, and now today is going to be a big focus of marketing that content. And like I said last week, to kind of end off the podcast, we have 3 really good point of views on this, where we've got someone who markets and does a lot of social media content. We have someone like yours truly who does a little bit and is starting to get into it more. And then Dink, who is just now starting to get into it. So we have a lot of...
And Lady Coach Vader just set up her own Instagram at Lady Coach
Oh,
Vader.
let's go.
All right. Go hit the follow button.
The thirst
guys.
trap is real, baby.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Coach is the thirst trap.
Coach is the thirst
I am
trap.
a thirst trap. I am a thickness thirst trap, baby.
Sickness. You gotta bring back Sickness Thursdays, bro.
I would if the game really interested me like it used to. Doesn't.
Yeah.
Give me Lego, give me Hunters, give me something.
Ooh.
Tonight.
So, Dink has been gone all week.
I have.
How's life been treating you?
Well, it's like it's like the first few days you're like kind of enjoying it. It's like, yeah, man, days off. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then it's like you start missing streaming, and now it's getting to the point where it's like, oh boy, I hope we still, it's like the longer you wait, it's like, damn, I feel like I really should be live right now. It's like I don't know what to do with myself,
Yeah.
And it's like I wonder if like people are still gonna be there when I come back. There's always that like you get scared, like if you take a week off, like some people, they'll forget, and
They
having
move
that
on.
constant reminder when you're live almost every day, people see you all the time, and it's like it becomes part of the routine. And then if you take that away, and maybe some people, they're like, damn, I miss Dink, I want Dink to come back. Other people are like, hey, I'm kind of used to not having Dink in my routine anymore, and then they move on.
Right.
But now that I'm starting to focus on making social media on the days when I'm off, and I'm making content on, say, TikTok and maybe eventually YouTube or something else, I don't have to be shitting my pants anymore when I'm not live, because you're still growing even when you're offline, because you have other forms of content that are drawing in people and reminding people of what's going on. So this week I've been doing research, and then next week, the plan is to start just unloading, just go fire on all cylinders with some TikTok stuff. And I'm a bit of a boomer, so it's gonna be a bit of a learning process, but I'm excited. I remember like before I streamed on Twitch, like I had no idea like about anything, so I did a week of research and then hit go live. So it's the same mindset I'm going in with TikTok and all this other stuff.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Like one of the things I was thinking of while you were taking this week off was everyone's like, that's why the social media presence is super important, where it's like, yeah, you're off for a week and you're having those thoughts. That's when social media like becomes important, because then you're still putting out that content for people to see. Like the other day I was just going through my clips, like we were just talking about the the coming one. We were talking about that. I was going through some old clips and literally just downloading them, sending them to myself, so I have content to clip up and turn into TikToks, so that I can start posting that stuff on days I'm not streaming. So I'm trying to strategically plan out my TikToks. So I'm like, Jamie, what's up, dude? That is my cousin Jamie. I think my very first subscriber on Twitch. I think he is my very first subscriber.
He is first.
First, one of the founders badge. Cousin Jamie. He plays a lot of like old, like tiny games, like what Tiny plays.
Tiny games.
For tiny hands. That's why Tiny's so good at the Switch, because he little tiny hands. I kill you. I kill you.
Baby Luigi, why weren't you on base, stupid baby?
I bet baby Luigi's hands are bigger than Tiny's.
They are scientifically proven. But yeah, no. Jamie's awesome. He's also a content creator, so he actually will have some good input, like in chat while we're talking about this. So that's gonna be good. He's actually one of the first people I had in mind as a guest, one point down the road. So, but yeah, that I've been trying to strategically plan out my posts. So like I'm trying to do a TikTok the morning, like trying to do a TikTok every day, or at least a TikTok or two the days I'm not streaming. I think what I'm going to end up doing is my stream days. So, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, getting clips from streams and turning them into TikTokable content and turning those into stuff down the road. So, and I'm going to give Coach the same thing. Or I'm going to greet a Coach. Hey! Bum, bum.
What were you saying?
Bum, bum. Sorry, I was
me, and then you were like went off into lava.
Sorry, I was vibing to the host alert. Thank you there, Dinky. When Coach was saying that Twitter is hot garbage, like there's no point to it.
It's hot garbage.
And
for us and what we do, it does not draw on people. It just kind of it allows some of the streamers to talk without going into any other apps, which,
right.
I don't know if I need to talk to you personally. I just come to Discord and talk to you. But it kind of extends the conversation. I use it to bitch at freaking EA a lot. Other than that,
well, my most successful Twitter is the Twitter that I bitch about Husker football on.
Yeah, because I'm usually the one commenting.
That, but also there's a lot of us out there, and we all bond.
Because you should bitch about it because you suck.
Well, I literally just got a message today about being on a Husker football podcast in the future.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do it.
And I'm like, hell yeah, I'll do it. And I'm nobody special. I'm a guy with 100-some followers on my Twitter where I talk about Husker football and bitch about Husker football. And it's like, it's just when you look at it, my more productive Twitter, my more successful Twitter is the one where I bitch the most. My least successful one where I actually post updates to stream and interesting gaming and movie content, I've got like 40. So it's like it's really hard to grow on Twitter nowadays. It's kind of slowly dying out like MSN did.
So like Jam likes my stuff, Glacius likes my stuff, Bricks, let's see, Homie, and that's pretty much, it's all the crew I normally talk to. So it's more just kind of like I want to bitch about something or want to praise something, so I go on there, like without having a direct conversation with one person.
Yep.
But if I want to talk to, like, if I want to say something to you, I just went, like, this morning, I'll be like, dude, you gotta see it. Like,
right.
I'll do that.
Right.
I just want to bring something up again, going back to TikTok. I think Cousin Jamie brings up a very good point about being, posting videos every day. Like, from the videos I've watched on research, like, they say, like, 3 to 5 times a day would be ideal, just like unloading TikToks. But that's like a shitload.
That's a lot of videos.
That's a lot.
That's if you plan on you're trying to be a viral, make money from it.
You see, the thing is, if you want to make people want to watch you on Twitch, you have to make good content on TikTok. You can't just like throw up a bunch of clips, without any, you got to make them fit the platform.
I was actually,
Go ahead, if you watch
finish.
If you watch a YouTuber and it's just highlight compilations of the Twitch stream, it's not like no one's gonna throwing one of those here and there, that's cool, but like, say if you watch this YouTuber and he's making really good YouTube content, it's like, yo, like, and then by the way, I'm live right the fuck now while you're watching this video, come check out my Twitch stream.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you're gonna be way more wanting to go over to that stream,
Yeah.
And another thing you could do is you could structure your streams so that something you're doing would fit into a YouTube video. Like, say, like Revan, for example, when you did some of your tier lists, that's great YouTube content.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen other streamers do that too, and I've done that too. And like, down the road, I could throw that onto YouTube if I wanted to.
Right.
But structuring the content to fit TikTok, I think, is important. And if you become you know, I think you should think about it, trying to become viral on TikTok, because if you do, then all those people can come to your Twitch stream. And I think it's a lot easier to go viral on TikTok than on Twitch, because you're going live at the same time as hundreds of thousands of other streamers, and you're in these big categories. But, you know, on TikTok, you know, there's certain hashtags you could use, there's different trending stuff, and there's even accounts that you could follow that tells you, oh, this is the new trend, get on it, use this stupid filter that makes you look like a freak.
Right.
And then, you know, put this hashtag, and, you know, you could get on the and, you know, just post it. So that's what I'm going to be looking into.
Yeah.
The shorter the clips, the better, that show your personality.
Yes,
gaming clips do some, but they won't show you. They won't give them a reason to watch, because there are millions of people with gaming clips.
Exactly. And in regards to
the fuck, Dink?
in regards to the I'm trying to find it. Where was this? Oh, Liam said, suggestion, maybe post small clips of stream on TikTok.
Shame. Poor shame.
Dink wasn't wearing his mask,
Dink's
chat.
in trouble because he's in New York and he doesn't want the mask.
Dink just put on the invisibility cloak, chat. Like, what?
Hey, man, look, I'm in a fucking room completely isolated right now. I think I'm all right.
Yeah, exactly.
But the librarian comes by and goes, "Is your mask on? You better not be doing anything inappropriate in there, sir."
Shh. No, in regards to what Liam was saying up here, he said maybe post small clips of stream on TikTok, and it's like, that's good for one TikTok a day. Your other 2 or however many TikToks you want to try and post a day, if you're trying to go viral. I was actually watching a guy on TikTok who was talking about going viral, and he said he posts one TikTok of his gaming clips a day. His other 2 to 3 to 4 that he posts in that same day are videos he has filmed about websites that help with streamers, streaming websites that are helpful, or here's this new loadout I'm trying on Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Like, it's things that'll help show your personality that are going to interest people in the style of content that you're doing. Like some of the TikToks I've done in the last couple of days, I've actually seen people popping off with this filter. It's like an MCU character filter, and it literally just cycles through characters, and they have like a Star Wars one as well, and it just cycles through characters. And what it does is it picks a character, and these guys are doing like MCU battles, so they're like my 3 versus your 3, and they'll like select a couple, and it's like those videos have been popping off for some of these guys, so I'm like, that's kind of the shit that I enjoy doing. I love watching those videos. My timeline is full of them, and it's like you can do Star Wars, you can do Star Trek, they have anime ones. Like I had a huge timeline for about 2 weeks straight of people doing the anime battles where it was like my 3 versus your 3, and it was like characters from One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Attack on Titan, all mixed into one little anime like cycler that goes above your head, and you put the first 3 that you get are on your side, and the other 3, the next 3 that you get are fighting your 3, and it's like one guy got like three of the girls from One Piece who don't have like any abilities, or they're just kind of side characters, and the people that were attacking him were Naruto, Goku, and Monkey D. Laffy from One Piece. And it's just the reactions that these guys get. I don't know, it's just fun to me. I just love watching that stuff. Like that's something that I feel like Dink would love doing, because he knows so much anime, and I just feel like that would be something that would be fun. It's like
so much,
you know, more than me and Coach.
That's true. But
what's anime?
Cartoon characters
Star
with
Wars Vision. Is that like Visions?
Cartoony characters with big bahonka jonkers.
That's not necessarily.
Is that cartoon? Is that cartoon
shit.
stuff that they make on Fortnite? That look like cartoons? Is that what that is?
This is gonna be the best.
Because you know Fortnite makes everything. Fortnite Fortnite makes Naruto. I don't know who Naruto is, but I know Fortnite makes Naruto.
Oh, this whole podcast with Dink watching out the side of his face, watching out the side of his eyes is gonna be a freaking blast.
Okay. Just fucking locked eyes with me and give me a fucking death stare. Fuck you. Because
I need that on a t-shirt, Jamie. Love me some big old bahunka jonkers. Oh, my cousin Jamie is actually the one who introduced me to Pusser's Rum. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but it's a legitimate thing. It is literally called Pusser's Rum. Oh God, no! He drinks so much on his stream.
10 rules of streaming: do not drink on your stream. That is usually number 1 or 2.
Really? Well,
it's a lot of people swear against it, but there's some if you do it once every now and then, especially if you have a decent personality.
The tiny.
When you have a decent personality when it comes to drinking.
What was it, Friday, Dink, or Saturday? I don't remember which day it was.
He was like swiveling around in his chair, like.
I went back and
we bet him, like, hey, if you get a sub, will you take a shot? Because I mentioned I was taking shots.
That was a different night. There was a night before where he was already like plastered when he by the time he was live. Me, Blinks, and I were in there, and he was like.
I'm so mad I missed those streams, man, because I went back and looked at some of those clips. That was freaking hysterical.
And then Tiny and I taking shots on his stream. That was a good time.
Yeah, I need to. The shot of you like on his Discord call and you get like super close to the camera. He's like, okay, that's enough of Coach's face. That was pretty funny.
At that time, I was 4 shots in. And I was like, yeah! I snapped freaking Dink. I'm like, yeah, Dink, I'm drunk on like 3 shots.
I wish I could join that. God damn it. He streams at the most inopportune times for me.
Lately, he has for me too.
It's just the 10:30. Like, God, he's getting his hashtag time in too on his streams. I woke up for work one morning at 2:30 and the fucker was still going. He was still going.
What's good? He's found a nice little late night spot. He's become like the spot to hang out at night, and he throws in some daytime streams too. So I think he's got like the daytime. I want to say like maybe on I don't know what exactly his schedule is right now. I think maybe on the weekends he might do earlier.
Yeah,
unless he takes off.
He's doing. I don't think he has one necessarily set yet. I think and this will kind of tie into what we're going to talk about later because I do actually want to talk about this again.
Here, I just pulled it up. So yeah, on like Saturdays. I think Fridays and Saturdays is a little bit earlier, but I think he's switching to evening. I think mostly it's evening or like fucking like late night.
Yeah.
But I think it's been well. I think it's doing well for him because he sort of found his spot.
Yeah, there's a good niche there, and it works with his schedule
Watch
well.
Tiny before bed.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. I have to. I'm asleep for 2 hours by the time he starts stream. So it's just I don't know. It's a bummer because I really want to watch him, and it's like that's the thing you run into when you're in a group of content creators who have set up their schedule. There's going to be inevitably there will be one content creator in a group of content creators that has a schedule that you can't get behind. Like there was one that I was following a while back. I unfollowed him, but I can't remember his name. His streams, when I was working nights, he would start streaming at midnight, and he'd stream till 5 a.m. And I'm like, but my brain's like, when do you sleep, and what's your job? Dink, don't start this.
Is this a spoiler?
No, it's not. You're going to get beef going on this football shit again.
Oh,
it's my Nebraska's head football coach is Scott Frost. So he's been throwing hashtag Frost is lost in my fucking chat, and I'm about to ban him.
Well, when you get on your Husker podcast, say that they really need to hire CoachVader.
You should.
I will come in and fix their O-line. I
Dink,
swear.
I'm going to kindly ask you to not spam in my chat. Golly. Dirtiest Beef is a fan of North Dakota State University, who their success was made by a Nebraska
by
Cornhusker.
Carson Wentz?
No. Their head coach that made them good played at Nebraska. So he can suck my ass.
That doesn't mean anything.
They're good because of the way he was coached. You all suck, asshole. So, moving on.
Let's move on.
Speaking of, let's talk about Twitch chat. And one of the things that you put in here in the notes here, Dink, for something we wanted to talk about was keeping an active chat. What are the best ways to you about keeping an active chat?
You're asking me?
I'm asking you. Because between us three, you have the most active.
Yeah.
At the moment.
At the moment. And that you do have a larger community, so.
Because, you never want to get too comfortable with anything like that because.
Oh yeah, it can.
Just goes away, you know. So I'm very fortunate, and I hope it keeps moving up this way. But crossing your fingers, because any day, one day everyone could take a rain check, because there's no guarantee, and people are very generous with their time, like all the people in chat right now.
Yeah.
Very generous with their time. And
thank you all for being here.
For granted.
I mean, yeah.
It's really tough having an active chat and keeping it active, and there's like two different types of content, and something that I didn't really realize until later on with the stream. There's such thing, like before I get into it, there's such thing as being too worried about having an active chat, and that could cause an even bigger problem because that happened to me a couple months back because I became so obsessed with having an active chat that when the chat slowed down for like a couple minutes, maybe people were just chilling out, sitting back and just watching me play games or whatever, and I'd be like, yo, what the fuck is going on today? Like, somebody talk to me, damn it. And it's like, it sometimes, so like the way I've structured it is, I think the best way to do it is if you're doing a gameplay stream, if you're not and it's not just a just chatting stream, if you're doing a gameplay stream, start off the stream with just chatting. Do it as long as you feel comfortable with, and then maybe a little bit longer. And then you switch over to whatever game you're playing. And so like that's how I started every stream. I would start every stream with just chatting. Obviously when I started from the beginning, there was no one to talk to. So like at that stage, I kind of hopped right into a game, but I was still talking. So the number one thing to have an active chat, talk. Just straight up. Step one, just straight up talk. There shouldn't be when I hop into streams, especially if you don't have a face cam, that's even worse.
It's
like
tough.
When I started, I didn't have a face cam. You have to talk even more, because if you leave for like a little bit, no one's gonna know where the fuck you could be taking a shit for all they know. Then they'll just dip out. Unless you have a be right back screen. But I see so many like PS4 streamers or whatever, and they got, just like I pop in, it's like, is anybody there? Hello? I see the chat.
No, when I had no face cam, just you saying that just reminded me of what I used to do. When I had no face cam, dude, when I went to go take a shit or something, middle of a game, I had a little title thing that flashed on the center of the screen, taking a shit, BRB. That was one of the things I had. That's when I first started. But yeah, no, being talkative is big, and it's hey, cousin Jamie said he'd take you out to a nice seafood dinner there, Dinky boy.
Let's go. Yeah. I'd be down for that.
But Jamie said channel points earlier in the chat, and I know having
not really.
It depends on how you use
them. It depends on how you use them. Like my wheel of misery, and I know Dink's wheel of pain.
Misery.
My wheel of what the fuck's going on in chat? My wheel of misery and Dink's wheel of pain. When you have something like that, I don't know why Twitch chat tends to be dark, but they like to see shit like that.
See your pain. They like to see you suffer.
They do. It's fun and it's entertaining, especially if you make it fun, and that's why one of the ones that I love having on mine is complimenting Tiny, because everyone that's usually in chat is like, oh, I can't wait to fucking see this, because they know the dynamic, and it's having channel points is a good one, but there's always that situation where it's not always going to work, especially channel points is one of those. You have to manage them right to get them to work.
But yeah, I wouldn't even, like, when you're just starting off, like, channel points is not like the number one thing I'd be looking at. You know, it's like a nice little addition, but like I think a face cam is huge. Like, if you come in and click into a stream and you want someone to talk into that stream, one, you should be talking, because if you're just waiting for someone to pop into your chat and then you start talking, that's not going to happen. Like, it's not the viewer's responsibility to talk in your chat. You have to give them a reason to talk in your chat. So you start off, just keep talking, talk about whatever. You could talk about what you had for breakfast. You could talk about the video game. You could narrate what you're doing. Yeah. You could be doing a stupid voice. You could be singing a song, as long as there's no moments of silence. So like what I'll do is, like, when I look at, you know, other streams that are just starting out, I'll click on the stream and I'll count to 15. I'll count to 15. And if no one said anything in the 15 seconds, I'm out of there. So there shouldn't be more than 15 seconds of silence unless you're doing a bit or you're like, you know, like there shouldn't be like, you shouldn't have huge blocks of silence, especially if you're just starting off. And if you don't have a face cam, those blocks of silence could be deal breakers for your stream. Right. You know, otherwise you'll turn into a lurk stream and people will just watch you for your gameplay because you're not talking. So the best way to get people to talk in your chat is for you to talk and just keep talking. And then once you get to that stage, some people come in, start talking, like, hey, yo, you seem pretty cool, blah, blah, blah. Then you talk to that person. You ask them about their day. You ask them what they got going on. You have discussions about, like, whatever your mutual interests are. You get to know this person. It's like meeting a friend. And then slowly another person will come in and join in. And then another. And then eventually you'll build a little bit of a community. And then once you're at that stage, then you got to think about, you know, it's more than just, okay, I'm just going to talk. And then you have to think about, okay, what am I talking about? And then you could structure it. You could have, you know, topics. Like I have notes, you know, like, okay, I have, you know, things that I did. Like I could talk about my day. I have things that, you know, are cool subject of discussion. Like, yo, do you guys like pineapple on pizza or no? Like that's just like a cliche, you know.
Yes.
Just throw that on there. But
the answer is no.
The answer is yes.
The answer is no.
The answer is yes. You are both members of the 501st. You're both responsible for the death of the Jedi. That's my answer to those that don't like pineapple on pizza.
Okay, but did you see what just happened there? Coach was like, that prompted Coach to say something. It's the same thing in your Twitch chat. It's the same thing in your Twitch chat.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And then you could just keep talking. And you could even make shit up. You could just make a dumbass story, and that'll make someone want to talk.
Yeah, like Bahunka Junkers.
Yeah. You know, like I said this the other day, and it prompted like a 15-minute conversation. It's like, yeah, man, the other day, bro, I stepped in some dog shit, and I spent a half hour trying to get it out with a toothpick, and it, you know, I had to. And then I was like, Fatty's like, oh, that reminds me of this, that I watched. You know, where Larry David, he stepped in dog shit and he threw his shoes out. You know, And then that's a whole conversation right there. You know. Or you know, you could talk about literally anything as long as you're talking. You shouldn't be sitting there just like playing a game. You know, that is if you want an active chat. You know, that's just a fact. You know, unless, you know, but then there's times like later on in the stream, inevitably, you might run out of shit to say. And it happens, everyone. Everyone has a period of time where they've run out of shit to say. And sometimes that'll be a good time to end your stream. You know, I remember when I started off with 2-hour streams. A 4-hour stream was a big deal for me. It's like, that's insane. That's uncharted territory, you know? Start off with a small stream, you know? And just only stream as long as you have content planned and prepared for, you know? And then you can slowly make it longer and longer as your community grows and gets bigger, you know? And then there's sometimes maybe you can say, okay, we'll have like a part 1, a part 2. Part 1, I'm focused on chat oriented. Part 2 is a more like sit back and chill, maybe lurk vibes and enjoy the games, and just be okay with that instead of, damn it, I want my chat to be active. learning to be okay with that different type of content. But biggest thing is just keep talking, and then think about what you're talking about.
Right.
I think from observation and being a mod in many different channels is that it's a combo of the streamer, the people that are there. Like you got homies that come out, like Solus is homie, Liam's a homie, Pimpston stuff, you know, all these people that come out to your channel at least, you know, show up for a couple minutes. As long as they're active, like you add what Dink does to active people in the chat that will, you know, sit there and talk to you about something that happened, or the latest episode of Bobo, or the what's coming down the pike, or whatever it is. Then you have, you know, what Dink does, you add that, and then you have mods that will see, because I do this a lot when I'm on Nooch's channel, where he's a little slow, or chat's a little slow, so I'll jump in there, you know, chant, you know, D size, or jump in there and just like throw my emotes up, or just be active as a mod to say, hey people, you know, let's crank this up. So I think it can be a combination of all these different things to help that. You know, being a small to mid streamer, you've got to have the ability to have all of those aspects meshed together in order to have a vibing chat. Dink has that, like, consistently between, you know, his mods, between the people that show up every day and say hi to him, and his constant, like, hey, how'd you find me? Hey, you know, how's your day? Tell me about it. Hey, coach, what'd you do this weekend? Hey, coach, I saw you did put this up. Why, you know? And then he sits there and dances and yells, coach, for 10 minutes. When I don't have the volume on, he's sitting there going, coach, and I don't even know what he's saying.
Yeah, you make a good point. It certainly helps to have all that stuff, but you don't want to rely on that. You know, like if I relied on all my mods and, you know, all the people to keep the chat going, it would eventually disappear and fade out.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah, that's why I think it's everything.
It could you know, it could help like sort of fill in like the gaps and stuff, but you don't want to rely on that too comfortable. Otherwise, it will go away. And I've seen it. I've seen partners stream, you know, like people, everyone's just lurking, you know. There's not necessarily anything wrong with that. It's just, you know, it certainly helps. Like some days people are sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Some days people are way more active than others. It's like, you know, that's why sometimes in the middle stream it's like, guys, how we feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? And then that gives me an idea of how much work I have cut out for me, you know?
Right.
Like what you're saying, coach, like, you know, some days it's like all these people are doing it. That's great. Then it's like, it's fun and it's like, I don't have to think about it. Like sometimes there's streams where I don't even look at any of my, just hit go live and just vibe out. There are other days there's like, wow, there's like, I've been live for 15 minutes and there's been a total of like 5 messages sent in the chat. This is going to be a bit of a, you know, it might be a little bit of a slow, bumpy ride to get to, you know, where we're used to, you know?
Yep.
But, you know, you just can't get too comfortable.
The other day I was watching a partnered streamer who had about, I think it was 32 in his chat. He was just doing chatting, and Dink, your 15-second rule, I know it's probably more for the streamer, but there was probably a good 20 to 30, maybe even a minute between messages. It was just slow, and this.
Oh,
but
I meant 15 seconds for the streamer talking.
But that's what I figured. But I'm just saying in general, what I was like, this guy was just he was talking, he was going, he had good content, he was being energetic, he was interactive, but his chat was just dead. And I see what you were saying. You were telling Blinks. So it's like even you can be energetic and lively, and your chat may not be. Like I said, this guy was a partner streamer who, like I said, averaged 75 viewers at a point to be able to get there, and he's partnered with 32 viewers in his chat and struggling to keep a conversation going, even though this dude's having a conversation with himself, even though and 1 or 2 people who are sending messages every 30 seconds to a minute. So it's like, it was slow in this partnered streamer's chat who mains just chatting basically. So
he was still talking,
but he was still going. And that's the thing. It didn't bother him that he wasn't getting this lively chat. But the point of where we're getting at is you're gonna have some down days in terms of chat. You could still be vibing and in a good mood, but like I said, this guy made it to partner just chatting, and his chat was dead. So it just goes to show, just be yourself. That's a huge thing. And Coach actually mentioned moderating earlier, being a mod, and I noticed in our topics, you all capped moderating. Dink? Why so? You did. It is all caps moderating.
Probably because you left caps lock on.
Oh
no, it's just it's so important. Yeah, moderating. This was like a while ago. Yeah, we already talked about picking a good mod team and having mods, but like the actual act of moderating a chat, I think it's important to know, like, what, like what's acceptable, what isn't acceptable, and like how you go about it, like with like unruly chatters, I've noticed some streams that, they'll start arguing, and, it'll be like a whole like ordeal on their stream versus, like, okay, just have a moderator just time them out, and then it's like, okay, it's over with, or, being firm, but like someone's like, oh, why'd you do this? And it's like, hey man, just read the rules of the chat, stuff like that, that's what I meant by moderating.
Right.
Well, yeah, because one of the, most everybody knows, when they're streaming during the weekend, I'm a mod, like, both of you guys and Nooch is, your stream's up, I'm working, like I can't moderate every whatever, but when I glance up and see something, I say something. There's a kid today just being an irritating prick, and I gave him, like, I told him a couple times, I said, hey, chill out, we don't do that. I said, if you're going to ask that, I said, that is not acceptable. The kid was starting to say, well, how did it drop down to 6 viewers? And I was like, dude, last warning, knock it off. Right. And then I think somebody ended up banning him because he just kept going, hey, Fortnite. And I missed it. But, the biggest thing is, even if your moderators aren't active currently, or if they see something when they can and do it, that's the important part. Like, I know we've talked about kind of keeping a current mod group that show up to your chat live, and sometimes it's hard especially for me, to have somebody that's modded that's in chat, at least once or twice a week. But as long as the people that are your mods understand what you're expecting, I think that's the biggest key to having a good mod staff, or mods that happen to be friends.
Right. And I saw Blinks' message, and I want to get to that in just a second. I think for me, the big thing for me when it comes to picking out mods, and I think we all learned this. Like, I know, Coach, you learned it. Dink, you learned it. Don't mod your best friends unless you know they're going to be there. I would say 7 days out of the week, if you're a 7-day out of the week streamer, I for me, if I was streaming 7 days out of the week, I would pick someone who's there at least 3-4 days a week.
You mean IRL friends?
Yeah, IRL friends.
It could be streamer friends too.
But just in general,
some of them don't. Some of them either they have a different. They don't understand what you expect from them, or they're just not available.
Right.
Or they don't agree with your vision for your own stream, and they act. Because like I remember like months back, like every streamer was like, oh, you're a streamer, you're gonna give automatic shoutouts for all of you, and then it's like my mods are doing that on my chat, like, hey, hold on a minute, this is not how I want to run my stream.
Right.
Maybe the other people you mod for, that's how they do it. So making sure that they're on the same page.
Right.
And when you mod one of your friends, then some of them take it personally, and then it's like, bro, like it's not personally, like this is just what I want for my stream.
Yeah. Well, and this is actually going to tie into something I want to talk about in a few minutes, but where I was getting at with that was, like I said, if they're going to be there, so be it. Like all power to it. Like I said, I have some best friends in real life, IRL best friends, who I've unmodded because they're not in every stream. There's one I need to remod because he's been in damn near every stream for the last 3 weeks. But it's like because I took his away because he hadn't been in stream for months. But we just go back and we look at stuff like that, and I'm like, how many mods can you have at a time? Unlimited?
I think
No, it's 50.
Is it?
25,
I thought 50 was
I don't
VIP. I think you can have. I don't know. I don't remember. But all I know is I had pretty much every single person in my chat early on was a mod.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. I'm like, you save something like that for VIP. Someone who's going to be in your chat, who's going to be fun, be active, but ultimately maybe they're not following the rules of what you want a mod to be or something like that. But ultimately, me, where I'm going at with my mods, I'm picking out people who have been in my chat, being active, kind of not necessarily driving the conversation, but being immersive and not only being connected to the streamer, but being connected to the chat as well. And that's something that I've really taken into account. And the people that I have modded in my stream, you guys may notice if you go and look, are people who have pretty much been, if I stream 3 days a week, it's pretty much everybody that's in my that I have modded are in at least 2 of the 3 a week, at least. And they're active. And they're being like active with chat, active with me. They're doing points, they're clipping stuff, they're just being active. But ultimately, I think Dink, you posted a message up in here, right, where you were talking about seeing streams. Yeah, there it is, having different roles for mods.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to get to, and I want to talk about the building and maintaining a community here in a few minutes, because I think having specific roles like that for your mods and for who you've chosen to mod comes with getting that community created. And it's tough to do a lot of that stuff when you don't have that solid base community yet. Like, you don't, like, if you have that foundation, it's all well and good, you have the foundation there, but ultimately it's like, I don't know. That's a tough one for me.
I think Dink and I have talked about this a long time ago, where we've been modding for a certain stream. Great dude, great stream, everything like that. But sometimes I look at it, I'm like, wow, that's a high expectation for a mod, and I have shit to do.
Right.
Like, I manage my own stream, manage my own stuff, and you can't expect too much.
Mm-hmm.
You can't expect them to go out of their way beyond just necessarily being there, I don't think, or saying, hey, can you do this on top of that if you're in stream? Like, that I'm fine with, but if, like, there's, like, things that I gotta fill out and throw in chat so that, you can have it later, I'm like, okay, that's a lot. Because I'm going to be on my phone, I'm going to be in the family room with the kids, you're going to be on the third TV, I don't have the ability. Just be careful on not expecting too much from those mods, and just be happy that you have people that are good at it.
Yeah. It's when it's like, I know some people have like oh god, what's the word? Like application, like mod applications. I don't dislike those one bit. I do actually think they're good if they're applied well. You know what I mean? And I think if you're looking for people, like, for example, if I was picking out mods and I wanted to make an application, a mod application, I would more or less look at it as not only a mod application, but an editor application. Somebody that who are 2 to 3 people that I would trust to give over like editing privileges to my stream. People that I would have connected to the power that, like, of changing the stream title and stuff like that. And there's a couple people that I already have trusted with that scenario, with that stuff, and that's the two of you, because it's really the two of you are the ones that are, like, mainly in my stream daily, whether it's lurking or in there when you can be in there. But you are two of the people that I trust to give that to, and that's something that I would, like, consider an application like thing for. But I don't know. Like I said, as my community starts to build back up, that's something I wanted to look more into. But right now, the mods that I have are very trustworthy people that I trust to have that power, in a sense, in my stream. And then the people that show up and vibe out and have fun and just enjoy their time here have that VIP.
To answer your original question, Blinks, for me, like, what I expect from a mod, is usually, number one, just having someone else there that, could take care of tasks that I don't want to, like, I could do them myself, but it'll take away from like, I don't want to have to pause, like, oh, let me run a poll, or let me run a raffle or something like that, and then I have to pause what I'm doing. That's something that a mod could do, or, banning people, timing people out. If I think they have good judgment, I'd ask them to be a mod for that. I think that's important. As far as, like, anything else, I feel like those are the basic things that you really need. Anything else is might be above and beyond, and those people, that's when you think about adding, like, special roles for, like, some modders, like, hey, like, you're really good at, like, coming clips, so I'm gonna put you, and maybe you and you'll be in charge of, if you see something really good, clip it, and then we can make a TikTok out of it or something. Or, some other people, like, hey, you're really good at like, you're always talking in the chat. What if, like, you shifted your focus a little bit and also welcomed in new people, and there's some things where it's like, I put, like, in my Discord mod chat, I just put a list of rules, like, it's like 7 simple rules, like, hey, this is what I expect. If you guys could do this, then we'll be pretty cool. I don't ask for much, but yeah, I feel like those are the main expectations. Just, can you manage chat? Can you talk to chat? And can you, if I ask for a couple favors, like, there's sometimes, like, ooh, like, this song was really, really good, to add this to my music. Could any one of the mods copy this song and post it in the Discord so that I could check that song later, versus, okay, let me pause for 5 minutes and Google this song, or let me write this down.
Right.
It's just helpful, That's what I think. What about you guys?
Moderators are an extension of yourself. Don't put somebody in that role that behaves in a manner that you wouldn't do yourself. And I definitely agree with you on that, which is where I was getting at. That's stuff I'm looking at wanting to do in the future once I get that community built back up and I'm starting to be, like, in need of those roles. Exactly, Jamie, and what I was actually just about to say, like, for example, when Dink was talking about clipping something, having a mod that specifically focuses on clipping something, just throw, like, Dink clips things left and right, and 98% of the time they're fucking hysterical. I didn't want to boost your ego too much, so I just brought 100 down to 98. I have to go looking for some of your older clips to find the other 2%, but but ultimately my thing is, I want to have those specific roles for mods, and I have the mods in place for that stuff. But I want to build that community back up before I don't know, before I feel the need of that is needed, I guess. Coach, what do you think? Mod roles and stuff.
It's tough because I generally don't have a consistent amount. So stuff has to be immensely funny to you guys. I would say you guys, but just in general for you guys, for someone to clip something in my channel.
Mm-hmm.
So would I like to have people for that? Yeah, but sometimes I don't know what's funny until you guys clip it. Like Ballsack March,
Yeah,
that clip itself is like one of the favorite things I've done. Not even I was just being a doofus.
That's one of my favorite clips on Twitch.
Because I was so pissed because it was just freaking lagging all the time.
It was so funny.
And to me, it's hard for me to understand that was that funny until it was brought up. Like that thing was clipped, but no one really brought it to light until I think Dink put it on his sound alert for his channel, and then everybody kind of caught on, including myself. I'm like, shit, that's funny.
It was really funny.
I feel like I'm a different level streamer than most, so that when I get anybody in that's been there for more, like, I don't generally ask them for that. Like I feel bad doing it, but it's like I've been thinking about that the last couple of weeks. It's funny that we're talking about it. I'm like, I need to start verbally asking, guys, you see anything funny? Clip it. Help me out with my social media. Like, I gotta start doing that, putting that in my rotation when I'm talking to myself or talking to a slow chat. That I say you're more than welcome. If you're just here for 2 minutes, you think something's funny, clip it. I don't care. Let me go through it. If I don't like it, I'll kick it. You know. I got a ton of stuff from Nooch and freaking Dink and you and like Tiny. It's just like when I think something's funny, I'm gonna clip it. And
yeah,
sometimes you just have to remind people that that's okay. Because I have been in chats where you clip something and they get pissy. Because the mods will be, please don't clip anything without you blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, come on.
Yeah.
You want your community active. You want your community being like, hey, that's funny. Let's throw it up. Or that was a great clip. Or you just ledged 6 people on one on one Battlefront game. So it's like,
yeah.
And I have it on my stream deck. I have the clip button. But sometimes if I'm in the middle of a game, I'm not gonna take a half a second to reach down and hit that button.
Yeah. It's a vibe thing. And we're using that word a lot, and part of it is a joke towards me, obviously.
Vibe.
Right. No, it's just definitely, it's like I said, it's a vibe thing. You like right now I have 5 mods. That's all I have. It's the people that are in my stream every day pretty much. Like and it's not, and here's the other thing too. And I'm going to use Dink as an example again. If Dink can't be in one of my streams, the dude's clipping shit from the VODs because he goes back and watches the VODs.
That's how we got the CoachVader Scariff Beach clip. That was from a VOD.
Yeah,
I missed Coach's stream. Let me go see what happened, and then I'm fucking clipping that.
It's just it's just having the feeling out who is there, who wants to be there, who's enjoying their time there, and is going to respect you and what you want for your stream, and are going to help you build a successful stream. And that's kind of where I'm at with my mod team. And like I said, I don't really have any like nagging requests for them. It's just be there, clip what's funny, and just being yourself and just vibing out, enjoying stream.
I have 5.
Yeah.
I have 5 mods.
No, Mav, I do not.
One editor, I think. Yeah, Solus is an editor. Solus got privilege because he's a homie that's always there. So he got editor privileges, but no one else does. Like, to be honest, there's a few that I do unmod and mod when I need to. because when they're there, they're great. When they're not there, they're, I'm not going to have them as a mod that don't show up.
Yeah.
And it's okay that people take off. I have no problem with that. But if once they come back and they're there and they're the only ones there, or they're the only ones I know that are there, then I'll remod them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like I said, it's a vibe thing. If people are there, like I said, I got 2 people that have that privilege you were talking about as editors, and that's you and Dink, because you guys are there. And like if Dink can't be there every stream, he goes back and he's checking out the VOD. And Coach, when you're working or shit, you're there every time you're working. You're just, if you're not busy, you're active. If you're busy, you're lurking. And it's like, but you're there. And that's why you two have that privilege as editors in my chat. And everyone I have as VIPs are people that are showing up to a stream or 2 a week. Maybe they're not super active, but they'll show up, they'll chat for a little bit, and they'll go and they'll continue the conversations, and they'll keep the content coming, and then they'll maybe hit that lurk mode after about 30-40 minutes, and they'll just hang out the rest of the stream. And it's like, that's the kind of like stuff I'm running into currently with my new just chatting like trajectory of stream. And that's fine. If you're there vibing, enjoying, I can't remember who it was who said it. I actually think it was Osuto, who came over with the Dink raid last week. He came over with your raid last week, and he just literally, I can't remember, he was in stream since your raid all the way up to the end of stream, and was popping in every 10-15 minutes going, hey, just so you know, still here. He's like, I'm just doing some stuff, just listening to the lo-fi, listening to your conversations, and just hanging out. And he's like, it's just nice. And I'm like, yeah, that's the vibe I'm going for. And if something comes up that you want to throw your 2 cents in that you hear and want to talk about, by all means. And it's just, I don't know, that's just kind of, that's stuff that I like, and it's stuff that makes me, feel good about what I'm doing. And having a mod team that reinforces that feeling is important to me. Yes, DB, same. I think every mod I have is different from when I started. I don't think a single one of my mods, other than my wife, is still a mod. And my wife's just a mod because she's my wife. But she, like I said, I don't think a single one of my mods is the same from when I started. I think I have 1, maybe 2 of my VIPs are from when I started. It's just, that happens. Like I said, and that's why we one of the things we started out by saying was careful with modding your best friends, because I have a couple of my best friends that aren't even VIPs or shit, haven't even seen a stream in months, because they see me all the time, so they don't need to be in stream. Especially when I'm streaming while they're working. It's just, but I don't know if you guys have any more input on the mod thing. I mean, if you guys in chat have any questions for us, seriously, throw some questions in chat. Yeah, let us know. We'll try and answer any of the questions you guys have. Whether it comes to content creation, what was the other thing in the topics? My freaking phone died. I'm charging it right now, so I'm waiting for it to turn back on. It was hold on, I think I got it.
You edit that clip, Blinksy. You edit it good. Get a little stank on it.
Where?
What's your favorite brand of peanut butter?
Jif.
I guess Jif isn't that like, what else is there?
There's Peter Pan. A lot of people like the Peter Pan.
Isn't it
peanut butter?
Have you guys ever had like a spoonful of peanut butter?
Yes.
Yes.
Just like that
yes.
That hits different.
Yes, it hits different. Mav says modding your best friend is a bad idea. They will come in and post a Pornhub link.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, you got to make sure your friend understands the importance of your stream. It's not it's not a joke. Unless it is a joke to you, then I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find this. Where is it?
Oh, Skippy. Yeah, I like that brand. That brand is that's really good.
Ooh, ooh. You said consistency versus keeping it fresh.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean by that? I want to talk about that. I've been wanting to talk about that for a few days.
Yeah, that's like, I feel like that's the biggest struggle for any streamer or content creator in anything. Like that could be Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, doesn't matter. I feel like, it's like, do you wanna, okay, so like for me, example, like I'm super big on scheduling and, planning out the games that you play and, don't just change the game every single time and, maybe playing the same game for a little bit, but it's like, how can you have that consistency where it's like, okay, we want to draw in new people and keep in the people we already have, um, without being boring, like someone that I always like I think is a great example of this is CoachVader. He is so consistent, you know, like the man is live Monday through Friday, 5 to 6 hours a
Yep.
day, and like there have been long stretches where it's just like it's just vibing, and like he could be doing the same thing that he did yesterday, but his personality and everything that he's doing makes it fresh, and it's like it doesn't get old, but something that you want to do is you don't want to get too like in sort of like going through the motions doing the same thing, because then it gets boring and dry or stale, and you don't want to you don't want people to start like, okay, like I'm not really missing out on, you want to have that FOMO effect, like that fear of oh my God, so and so is live, Revan is live, Coach is live, I gotta be there for the stream. Might happen.
Yeah.
But if you're doing the same thing over and over again, then it might lose that effect a little bit. So it's like finding that balance. It's like, okay, I'm gonna play this game this is gonna be my new main game, but I'm gonna mix it up a bit. I could have some quests, start off with some just chatting, or maybe I'll throw in like 1 or 2 streams in the week that's different, than what you normally do. Like a community day or something like that, just to mix it up a little bit, but you still have your main thing with the consistent, as long as it's fun, like it's got to be something,
Yeah.
that's what I meant by consistency versus, keeping it fresh. Because then there's the other way where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna do whatever the hell I want. I'm gonna play this game today, and then 30 minutes later, I'm gonna get bored of that, and I'm just gonna switch to another game. And then I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and then there's no sort of cohesiveness, and then it's like, I don't really know what I'm watching anymore. This is really different than what I clicked on when I first came in, and I think that's a big deal with like branding too, or like a name, like we talked about 2 weeks ago. Like, so if you change your name like 4 or 5 times, that's not keeping it consistent. It's like, okay, this is our identity as a stream. I've seen streamers just like, guys, there's gotta be some like structure, a little bit, at least in my opinion.
Well, I think there's multiple ways of being
cut out a
stale.
tiny little bit there, Dink, just so you know.
Yeah, you were kind of in and out.
Just a second ago, you're like last little, like 10-second, you're just cutting out every couple of words.
But the whole entire time I was talking? Or
no, just like that last 10 seconds. You're back now and you're fine, but I just wanted to let you know.
I don't remember. What was the last thing?
I think we got the gist of it in terms of the keeping it fresh and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, consistency in game, consistency in your person. I think consistency in your personality. Whether you're hype or you're not hype, you're still the same person that you portray every stream.
Yeah.
I think people understand fakeness. I think people understand that you're putting on an act way beyond what your normal personality is, because it's something like I told DB. I'm like, it's an act, but it's still you. Like, you're a supercharged version of yourself. No matter how much you want to portray of your actual self, that's up to you. But you're still a modified version of you that's putting on it's you putting on an act of being a little bit more outgoing, a little bit more out there. But it's still, if you were at my house, I'm smart ass and I'm an asshat, but at the same time, there's a different me on stream than there is sitting here, but it's not far off. And being consistent with your personality and how you welcome people in, how you are as a general human being. Like, the biggest thing that I think I've felt is, no matter where I go, people know who I am. They welcome me in. They talk to me. They say, "How you doing, coach? Haven't seen you a bit," or whatever it might be. Is that your personality is well liked in that aspect of the fact that you're consistent. Games can get stale. I mean, we saw that with Battlefront. Like, about June, July last year, everybody was doing the same thing. Everybody's had mods. Everybody's playing HVV. Everyone was doing the same thing, same mods. I think, at some point when Dink and I were running out the string, we were trying to do things differently, but by that time, it really was kind of going south as far as our love for the game, and then the people that wanted to hang out. So it's just like the mods. It's like a whole version of things that can make a thing stale or inconsistent or consistent. So it's not just one thing. It's never just one thing. One of the things that if you guys have been seeing, DB talking about, he's worrying about views, worrying about people coming to his chat, and I'm like, and maybe you guys can, because he's in here, have this conversation with him. That's not me, but understand that he needs to not look at the goddamn freaking view count and who's in there chatting. Just play a game, talk to chat.
Yep.
Be yourself, playing a game that you like to play, and then the viewers will come. If they don't come, it's just a bad night. You got to keep rolling.
I cringe when I see that, like even some bigger streamers, like, oh, there's 7 people left just now because I made a joke, and like that's like,
yeah. I mean, ultimately, maybe him hearing it from you guys will help me not be frustrated when he's not listening.
I'll say this. I'll add in, DB, when it comes to numbers and stuff like that, I don't look at it at all. And Dink had actually mentioned this last week. That button at the top of Streamlabs where you can hide that number, it is incredibly tempting to go right back up and click that button, because you can shut it off easily, but keeping it off and not looking at it is the important thing. And so what I did is, one of my webcams has a little cover that just snaps on it, and you can fold down the cover and cover it up. I literally have that sitting on. If you guys look at my picture of the podcast look before we got started, so you guys kind of see how we looked on stream. If you look in the top right hand corner of that monitor, that little cap is just sitting in the top right corner, covering that button, so I don't click on it, so I don't look at it, because I don't need to look at it. And I mean, it all it does is, if I'm, here's the thing, and this is the biggest thing for me, and I will say this from experience. When I'm vibing with chat, and chat's moving like this, and this was back before my break, this was back before everything. I'm vibing with chat, I'm rocking and rolling, I'm having a great stream, and then and it's like literally the chat's moving like this one. The stream is going awesome, the stream's going good, having a blast. And I go look at the number up here out of nowhere, just, out of curiosity, I just want to see how many I have, and I got 3 people in there. But my stream's vibing with me and those 3 people. Maybe it's vibing with me and those 2, and 2 of them, and the other one's lurking. That shouldn't matter. And there are so many people out there that will look at that and go, oh, that's only 3 people. And it kills their vibe when they were just popping off. And
right there,
it's like,
the comment right there. That's the one I'm trying to get it out of his head. I also get hyped up from seeing big viewer counts, expecting numbers to get higher and higher. And when they don't, he drops.
Dink, tell me, Dink, tell DB your story from your how like big time you popped off for your subathon, and then what happened literally a week later.
No, it's the opposite.
Oh, before the subathon.
See, looking at the view count is great when it's where you expect it to be, or when it's above what you expect it to be. But then when it inevitably isn't, then you're gonna be like, oh fuck, like you're gonna be thinking like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Or think about after stream, because like I'll use myself for an example. There was, I think this was a week before our subathon.
Listen to this, DB. This is important.
This is a week before our subathon, which was pretty much like I've objectively like the best stream that we've ever done. You know,
It was such a good stream.
It was like at one point there was like literally 60 people in there at one point.
I think you almost hit
which is
70 at one
mind-boggling.
point. Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
mind-boggling. I had no idea because I didn't check. But you know, and it was popping off, and you know, we had a great time. There was all these guests. Everyone in chat was really. It was like as close to like a perfect stream as you would think. You know, but rewind a week ago. This was like an hour and a half into my stream. I was streaming to 3 people, and you know, 3 people. That's great. That could be someone's entire community right there. But you know, relative to where I am right now, and I don't normally talk about this on my own stream because I don't like to talk about that real time. Like, oh, there's this amount of people in here, which is literally what we're talking about right now. But for the purposes of this discussion, I'll talk about it. You know, like I usually like my expectation is to be between 15 and 20 people or more in an average stream. And if it's anything lower than that, that's going to affect my mood. But I was streaming to 3 people a week before the subathon, like an hour and a half into my stream, you know?
Yeah.
And I had no idea. Like if I looked at that, that would have probably ruined the rest of my stream. But you know, for whatever reason, like 90% of the people in my stream decided to take a rain check or leave an hour into my stream, and I thought the chat was just getting a little bit quiet, so I just kept doing my thing, and I was just, you know, talking. I think Fat Cat was like the only person in there at that time, and I was just talking to Fat Cat. I was like, okay, yeah, you know, I have no idea how many people in here. It was probably like 15, 20 people, like what I expect, and they're just not talking, so I'll just talk to Fat Cat, and you know, eventually more people will join in. But no, there was 3 people in there. But then, since I didn't know that at the time, since my energy was still there, I was still positive. Like you look at the graph, it went all the way back up, and then at the end it was like 20-something people. Great for me, for me personally. But if I was looking at that real time, I'd be like, oh, there's 3 people in here. I'm probably going to end stream in like 10, 20 minutes, you know, because I'm just, you know, I don't want to waste my time.
Well, you know, to kind of, he had like, look at that. He had one of his best streams because he ate he ate one of those ghost chips, and it was a riot. And he had a really good stream that we had it up on the TV. You know, Lady Coach and I were out there. We had it on the TV, and we were all kind of in and out of the stream as he was trying to not throw up. And he had like 15, 20. I don't know. It was full. Like it was one of his better streams. And then the next couple of days, and you
can't get too high after a stream. You can't get too high, can't get too low.
Yeah.
After the subathon, say like, okay, this is going to be the new norm. I'm putting up partner numbers, you know. Next stream, I'm going to be depressed, you know. Like you can't get too high off of really good streams. Can't get too low off of a shittier stream.
Well, you can't. You can't build those. You can't build those expectations. And it's like I said, with Dink was averaging anywhere between 15 and 30 people a stream, and then out of nowhere had 3 people in there. That can really kill a vibe, especially if you look at it. But the reason why he ended up having back into the 20s by the end of that stream is because he didn't look. He just kept his vibe going. He just kept his energy with those that were in there talking to him. And this is the thing, too. When you have people looking around Twitch at the games you're playing and the people that and who they're looking for, like, this happened when we were playing Crab Game. Now, I understand Crab Game is popular right now. People are looking at it. But Dink was in the recommended. We had people coming in saying, oh, yeah, I saw you on the recommended. Or I saw you. You were one of the guys I noticed in the Crab Game category and popped in, and your energy is just off the wall, off the charts. It's so much fun. Like, when someone pops into your stream and you're doing that with 3 people, they're going to stay. Because they enjoy that stuff. There's the rare case where people hate that shit. But it's 98% of Twitch viewers are going to see a guy who has 3 viewers having 13 sunglasses on his head with his rotating webcam thing he does, listening to anime music, and they're just going to be like, this is fucking fun. How does he only have 3 people right now? And then by the end of the stream, he's sitting at 20 people. It's because his vibe is right. His energy is right. And he's not looking at that dreaded fucking viewer count number. Like he's not and you just can't look at it. Just hang out and enjoy the time you have with the people that you're with.
That's just one preaching that I'm trying to coach him on, being what I do. But it's the other thing is he's always coming to me. He's like, oh, I got to play this game because this person will come and watch, and I got to play this game so these people come and watch. And I said, play what you like to play. Play what makes you happy. That will get people there. If you're vibing on a game, they will stay. If you're vibing on yourself, whether or not there's 3 or freaking 30, they're gonna stay. If they don't stay or say, oh, you're not playing this because if I'm not gonna watch because they're not playing this game, then that's not really a viewer that you're gunning for. You want people to come in, see that you're playing a game, they're like, oh, cool, you're a pretty cool dude. I'm gonna hang out. And then next time you're playing, I'm going to come hang out. You're going to have the people that are only going to come and see you when you're playing a certain game. Like I have 3 people that come in whenever I'm playing Hot Wheels that don't bother through with the other streams. And I'm totally cool with that. Like, hey, I understand what you want to watch. That's cool, but I'm not going to play that all the time. So it's like play what you want to play.
Yep.
Don't get wrapped up in it. And be focused on people that are there and what you're doing, because that will translate. If it doesn't translate, it's something else. It's something. It's just you're focusing on the wrong thing.
Yeah, and honestly, what I was just about to say, it will actually tie into what Solus just threw in the chat. DB, one of the things, like, I was just looking at what you said up here. One of the reasons I've been on break, just been trying to figure out how I can come up with something new. When I came back and I was talking to these 2 lovely chaps, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do to boost my content and boost what I was doing. And what I ended up coming up with, I don't have a game I'm having fun with. And when I don't have a game that I have fun with, I'm not a fun person. I'm not a fun streamer to be watching, because then my content suffers. If I'm playing a game, if I say, for example, if I load into Knockout City, if I'm playing with Dink, Seeker, and Fat Cat, I have a squad of people I'm playing with. I can bounce my energy off of them and have fun with them in VC. But say I'm playing by myself, my brain being the competitive brain that it is, I focus on the game, or I focus on the chat, and then my gameplay suffers, and you've got people who might be coming in for gameplay. My brain overthinks the gaming aspect too much, and when I'm stuck on what game do I want to play, I don't really have one that I love right now that I think can really boost my content. So when I came back to streaming, what I'm doing now is just pretty much just chatting. Just chatting streams and story games, which I haven't even really gotten a chance to do yet, because my just chatting streams go for 2 hours to 3 hours every now and then, my just chatting segments. And it's like, I have a blast doing it. There's no reason for me to not do what I'm doing. And if I have fun doing it, people are gonna stick around. And it's just where I'm at. And you can't depend on others to keep your stream positive. Depend on yourself and the select few that'll be there. 100%. Do what you can to enjoy your time. And if you're not having fun playing a game, don't stream it, because then your stream's going to suffer. If you're having fun just sitting there, maybe opening Pokemon cards for 3 hours, do that, because then your chat's going to do it and your chat's going to enjoy it. That's one of the things my chat really, and Dink was in, I can't remember if Coach was in there because Dink was picking on me about it. My, try not to laugh challenge a couple weeks ago. I need to do more of those.
Lego.
Yeah, build Legos.
Build Legos.
I started watching streamers that are painting the models. I want to start doing that, because that shit's just awesome. The minor details and stuff like that. But no, try not to laugh challenges. Just watching funny videos, watching Star Wars videos with your chat. Shit, pull up TikTok and watch funny TikToks.
Yeah, really.
Just
like type in, and that's something that I was thinking of today right before I got here. Like I typed in Star Wars on TikTok. I'm like, hey, there's some cool stuff on there.
Yeah, and it's going into off of what Sola said, every day I'm at work and before stream, I'm taking down at least around 4, 5, 6 ideas of things that I can talk about to start off stream, basically. Like every Tuesday, I start off my stream with asking everyone who's in chat how their weekend was, what did everybody do, and by telling them what I did on my weekend, and really just that one topic can take your stream and stretch it out from 10 minutes to 3 hours because of the endless possibilities that can branch off of that. Like Dink was talking about his subathon last week with us and how he was saying his entire wall in front of his stuff was just plastered with things, with just ideas of stuff to talk about and things to do. And it's like, you don't need to go, for a subathon, obviously that's what you need to do, but a stream, seriously, one topic to talk about with your chat for 5 minutes can branch off into endless possibilities.
And even with all that, I ran out of shit to say.
Yep.
At the 11th hour. I ran out of shit to say. And you know what the problem was? Because that portion was reliant voice chat. And half the people that were supposed to be dipped out on me last second. And then I was just kind of sitting there like twiddling my...
Yep.
I'm playing Rocket League. And then toward the end, before we ended it, came back, which was great. But there was 30, 45 minutes of content that I just had no backup plan for. And I was just kind of sitting there going through the motions, which is not what you want. So even with all that preparation, there was still a little smidgen of time.
You don't want plans.
You don't want
backup plans.
Fuck, while you're live. And another great thing is when you start streaming, be like, okay, guys, here's the plan today. We're gonna do this.
Okay,
to be excited for. It'll be great.
You cut out again.
Am I cut out now?
You're good now.
Okay. I think it's when I start moving.
When you start throwing your hands around, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking it up. It's like sonic booms.
Real quick, I want to address what DB said, not what he just put in chat, but what he said up there a little bit that Dink messaged him with. I want to stream VR games, but my viewers say that if I did, they would drop. I'm going to point you to the important part of what you just said in that comment, and that was, I want to stream VR games. You want to. It's not what your chat wants. If they're going to drop because you want to play VR games, sorry, there's the door. Don't let it hit you on the ass on the way out. That's what you want to do. If that's what you want to do and you're going to have fun doing that, people are going to be there for you. I was literally just telling these guys the other day, I want to buy a VR headset and do mountain climbing and scary games. You know why? Because that shit's going to be fucking hilarious. Because I have a dreaded fear of heights and a dreaded fear of scary games. And because I want to do those, I also don't want to do those. That's what's going to make it fun. Because I want to do it, but at the same time, I don't want to, and that's just going to make for good content. But basically, if those viewers are literally telling you, they will leave if you do VR stuff, they're not viewers you want to keep around. That's my base, blunt opinion. They can fuck right off.
But a lot of them are also his IRL friends. So
that's the problem with the best friend issue. That, to me, that's the problem with that. If they're gonna leave, if they're your friends and they're not going to stick around and watch your stream, I have best friends that are literally, I'm looking at them right now. They're in Discord right now, hanging out with other people, and guess where they're not?
Here.
They're not here.
Assholes.
Because I'm doing content that they don't want to watch. That's fine. I don't care. They can be happy doing what they want to do, and it's not gonna bother me. So I'm doing what I want to do, and that's podcasting with two of my best friends who love doing the same thing that I do, and that's streaming. I still got time for them outside of my stream. This is here and now. This is my time to hang out with you guys and do this. my Tuesdays and Thursdays are my time to sit here and talk with you guys. Like, just talk to my chat. And that's what I want to do. And if people don't want to tune in for that, then that's fine. But that's what I want to do. And if that's what I want to do, my content is going to improve. The consistency and the keeping fresh will come naturally for that, because it's something that I want to do. And it will build my stream up. It will build my community. And then people will start showing up for it. It just takes time. And it begins with doing something you want to do.
And he'll be able to have have the PS5 once a week too, so that'll increase his wanting to play shit. Because I want to play.
Yes.
I want to play my PS5. So, which we'll discuss when we go over what we're doing. But I'm very excited about it.
Yes, and I think that was a really good conversation to kind of close us out.
Wow.
To be honest,
we're not gonna go until 11. The hell!
I actually had to be done by 8:30, and it's a little past 8:30. So that is okay. But ultimately, I think that was. I don't think a conversation we're gonna have after that is going to have the same, because I think what we just did was an entire conversation about how to build up a stream, especially for a beginning streamer, for a young beginning streamer who's struggling with that dreaded viewer count crap. And I just think that was a really, because we have 3 people right now in this podcast who are going through 3 different versions of the viewer things.
By the way, we're gonna talk about DB's. He's saying, "Who, I get the PS5?" I'm like, nah. There's rules.
Oh, there's rules. There's rules.
Oh, there's rules for everything, bro.
Rules.
Like, there's rules for the VR. There's rules. There are gonna be rules for the PS5. Because honestly, I told him the only way he's gonna be allowed to have the PS5 in his room to be able to stream is if I can have it in my office to stream. And I told him there were 1 or 2 games. If I got both of them, then he'd probably be able to play. And guess what's coming on Friday? Let's go.
Boy. Honestly, Solus, seeing you put that in chat actually makes me feel really, really good about doing this podcast, because just it the same thing is for my personal just chatting stuff. If I can make one person smile, one person feel good, give one person any good information about what they're doing.
I make you feel good all the time, big boy.
Oh my god.
REVAN. Revelicious.
Hold on. Oh, did you hear that?
That face is horrible, Dink.
Oh, new emote. The Dinkgasm.
Dinkgasm. Clip it. Somebody clip it.
Someone clip it. Clip it and ship it.
Oh crap. Let's go.
All right, let's see who we got. Stick around.
Dirty baby.
Ooh.
Guys, we're gonna be kicking it off to a raid, so stick in here, hang out. We got some people up.
Thinking dirty, Revan?
I think dirty.
I'm thinking dirty.
We have to
get dirty.
Let's get a little dirty, baby. Let's go.
I'm ready to get dirty. All right, let me set this up. Ah, shit. I can't remember what's his 247. Okay.
Is he live?
He is, yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys, hop in on this raid. Before we go, Dink, what have you got coming up in the future for the Dinkelicious streams?
This Saturday, we're coming back, baby.
Woo!
Literally this Saturday, 12 p.m. We're gonna have a mass. It's going to be like a stream. We're gonna start off with chatting, then we're gonna hop into Fall Guys, and then we're gonna do another mass, which is gonna be great, and I can't wait. Then Sunday, we're gonna do some more chatting, more Fall Guys, and then we're gonna do a Naruto tier list. And then after after that is just we're gonna start cranking out TikToks, baby.
Yeah, the Dink on the TikToks. All right, Coachy Poo, what you got coming up?
Yo, we got 9 a.m. Saturday morning, PS5 Deadpool game. We're gonna play that bitch through. Let's go. Not on one day. We're gonna string this out a couple weeks, but that's on Saturday. Sunday, we're going to be finishing this bitch. Let's go. And we have a new sub goal of a swimsuit, baby. Let's go. So hopefully see you Saturday, Sunday. Sundays
Yes.
at 1 p.m., Saturday at 9 a.m. Let's go.
Yes, and guys, you guys can check me out at RevanX42 right here, this very channel, twitch.tv/RevanX42. Tomorrow's stream, 1 p.m. CST, the only real time zone. Streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, 1 p.m., every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Love you guys. Show Dirtiest Beef some love. Spam as many emotes as you can. Love y'all. Thanks for being here.